I'd like to talk more about that. I mean, obviously, having associates it's not easy, right? It's not like an easy thing. You can't just. It's not the kind of thing where you just, hey, I'm gonna hire associate today, and it's just gonna go perfect, right? Like there's a skill set that you have to develop to be good with associates, like how to train them, how to hold them accountable, how to set proper expectations, like all these things, right? That you don't necessarily know unless you've done it, right? Unless you have been taught how to do these things, right? So talk about your journey with associates and what it's been like for you and where you are now.
Yeah. So that has not been a strength for me. I have learned the hard way. And I do have some remorse with some of my associates that it could have been better. But you do the best you can with the tools that you got,
Yeah, sure.
So I was, early in practice with babies. And so the first two that Dr. I mentioned before helped me. And then by the time I had my third child, I was starting to do some work with schools, bringing in preceptors. And I worked out an arrangement with another doctor to have as an independent contractor. And the expectation was that he would build his practice just alongside mine, but he'd be in charge of all of his practice. He would keep everything that he made. He'd pay me rent. We'd share some overhead expenses, the things that we share. It'd be a set. He'd know what it was every month. I knew what it was every month. And then I paid him a wage to help take x-rays if I needed that. And then also we worked out an arrangement for when I would go on maternity leave. And so that worked for me for my last two babies. So I had him for a couple years, and then I had a different independent contractor after him for about 4 years. Both good experiences. Again, it's not the income producing that an associate would to the doctor, but they had a lot of autonomy in their practice. There was an expectation you would do NUCA, and you'd be good at it. Right. But beyond that, like how they marketed themselves, that was all on them, and managing their hours, managing all of that was all on them. So, it worked out well for those times. And then, I brought in a couple associates, and with varying successes. What I found, unfortunately, chiropractors have a reputation of eating their own a lot of times. And I started with contracts that were not great for the associate. And they were fine. They were fair. But there wasn't a lot of incentive to grow, not the way I wanted it to be. But It was what I had. It was the tools I had in front of me.
Right.
And so, if you have a situation like that, there's no incentive to stay. I wasn't getting healthy relationships with my associates for quite a while. Dr. Lee came to me. I wasn't looking for somebody. And again, I was teaching. And so I had, I was in front of a lot of students. And so it was a different relationship right away for that. But then also working through our contract and making sure that growth was incentivized, making sure that, he felt empowered to grow, and that was recognized, that, again, making sure that his clinical excellence was a priority. And yeah, just trying to have a respectful, mutual growth, win-win type situation.